Merry meet, guys. Welcome back to Witches of the Moon. I am your Wednesday host, Houston. And I am also, again, recording from my phone. I don't know what's going on with my computer, and still haven't gotten to where my camera's fixed. But beside the point, this week we are talking about creating sacred space away from your home or away from your normal sacred space. This can be taken in many different ways. It could be you thought of as always having an altar near you, that being your sacred space. Um, I like to view it as one of my favorite authors, Silver Ravenwolf, put is that you are your own sacred space. You are the embodiment of the all five elements of earth, air, water, fire, and spirit. So you are able to create sacred space in my opinion, many different ways. Um, One of the ways that I like to do it when I go out and I am working ritual outside of the house, like not in my backyard, but either in a park or at a beach or, at a gathering with friends. Like if there's other people with me, and I'm either helping lead or I'm part of the ceremony, how we set up space, or how I'm used to doing it, is going around with a purification type incense blend and kind of cleansing the area that way, and then also asperging with holy water or salt water, um, depending on where we're at, just to cleanse the area. And then we will, depending on what we're doing, mostly it's for seasonal rituals, so we will call in, or call in the elements, cast a circle, call in the elements, call in the god and goddess, and do things from that standpoint. I differ a little bit when I do stuff on my own. If I am looking, like if I go to a park, and if I'm looking to reconnect with nature or leave an offering or look for advice, and I want to create a sacred space, so I protect myself. There's either multitudes of chants you can do to create sacred space using your voice, as well as some of the parks here don't allow particular items. Since they are historical parks, they're going to fire, so you're not really allowed to smoke or burn things there. So so lost in thought for a second. So what I usually do within the historical parks is I'll have my bag of items, and they usually range from an offering to the land, since I am working magic that is not where I usually work, so it's a different place. I'm going to leave an offering. I want to bring an offering and leave an offering to the land, whether it be water, tobacco, cornstarch, flour, food for the animals that may be nearby, things like that. I don't ever, or an offering could be help cleaning up the area. Like if you see the park's kind of trashed, do your best to clean up the area. That's a good way to get into the spirit of the land in that area in particular. It's a good way to get into good favor with them. Sorry, my words aren't wanting to come out properly. But so I usually have an offering with me, and I usually have my notebook and it's already written out what I want to do, my intention of, like, I've already thought about it. If I go to a place to do magic, it's not really spontaneous. My spontaneous work is done at the house. So I've already thought about what I want to do, what I want to collect, what I want to find and seek out knowledge. So I have my notebook with a pen or pencil, and with the intention of what I want to do, and then I either have a blanket or some type of cloth in the bag, so I can lay it down, so I can sit down on the ground. And from there on, I would create a sacred space or a sacred bubble around me with energy. I wouldn't really, depending on where I'm at, I mean, I could use words to create it. I don't really go around walking around it. I usually just, because that draws a lot more attention to you, especially if you're in public. So I do a lot of the casting a circle or creating sacred space in my mind and with my mind in public spaces. I've done, I can't tell you, I've done a lot of different rituals in public areas where there were people around, with, but I wasn't by myself. I was with friends. We did it. We've done a couple rituals or workings at the Battery downtown Charleston, and late at night, we were all sitting in the gazebo, and we were all huddled up together, and people were just walking by, looking at us strangely, but we didn't really care. We were in the zone. But the best thing to do is to have it set up in a way where you're not getting a lot of attention, and so where you can focus on what you're doing. So another thing that I usually do, like if I'm not working a spell, but we're leaving the house for a while and going traveling or something, say we're going to a different city or just going back home with my parents or whatever, I usually take some items that I find sacred to myself. Usually the items include like some crystals, some certain crystals, tarot deck, oracle deck, maybe a book, something like that, because I'm not usually staying at my parents long, usually for the holidays. So upcoming holidays, I'll usually have like a tarot deck, like I said, some crystals, and a book. That's about it. And from then on, if I wanted to create a sacred space, I can do that with my tarot cards and my mindset. So this kind of late night rambling, for me, creating a sacred space away from the home is all about mindset. It doesn't really have to be about tools. You don't really have to have anything to create sacred space other than the intention to create it. All you need is your mind and your body. Visualization is a really important key too. So hope you guys enjoyed my late night ramble. Until next week, many blessings.